What is going on, guys? I've been busy the last couple of days, so I haven't really been able to make too many podcasts, but I decided to make a quick one today before I end up having to run out and go and do my stuff. This week I wanted to talk about my idea on parallel universes. Alright, so, in a way, the way I believe universes work is that everybody is part of the universe, so we are essentially, being that the universe is God, we are God. Obviously not in an egotistical sense, in a way where we are the masters of our own minds, mind over matter type shit. So, because of that, it kind of puts you in like a state of, just universal mastery. Everything you do and everything you want in life is something that's achievable so long as you believe that you can, mind over matter again. And the reason why I think that this works is because looking at people in like a spiritual kind of way is spirits. The only person that you ever interact with that has more than about, like, I say, more than about like 5% of their actual spiritual being is yourself. Because if you were to have this theory, mind over matter, it wouldn't work if you were to interact with other beings that were more than around 5% their spiritual self, because of the fact that, that would be conflicting spiritual beliefs. So pieces of us are separated across so many dimensions and so many universes in order to give us that control, that ability to change the world as we see it and make things the way we want them to, but only if we realize that we're capable of doing it in a positive way. So that being said, it's my opinion, as I said, that my theory that we are all our own universe. We're all our own spiritual being, and through being our own universe and being our own spiritual being, we end up being able to control everything around us, but that's only because of the fact that you are the only person that you will ever meet in the most spiritual way until we die. Once we die and our spirits, pieces are collected through, some sort of like ethereal freaking process and brought back to the other side, and we want to become whole again, that is the only time you will ever meet a 100% spiritual being. And it's because of the fact that you meet the people you're supposed to meet on the other side and plan to meet them here, you have already met them, so you're not going to meet them, you're just going to see them, reunite with them, but in 100% spiritual form. But as we sit here in these vessels in this third dimensional existence, like being able to touch things and see things, not walk through walls, and I mean, it sounds pretty surreal and shit like that, but it's my opinion, that's how it works. Is the only time you ever really see somebody more than just a piece of them is when every piece of them in every universe, in every dimension, dies and passes back on to the other side. In a way, that's all that I have to say for this week. I just wanted to make a quick video so that I can keep on the routine, and so I can, keep you guys, in the loop of my mental processes, or spiritual, as you'd say them. Anywho, believe it as you will. Share this video if you find it interesting enough. Share all my other ones. I put up my YouTube channel too, so if you guys want to, I'll link that up on my Facebook, and you guys can look that up too. With that being said, to each their own, and I pray to you that your stars align. Take care, guys. One thing that I forgot to mention is the fact that, come the end of the previous video, just adding this one onto it, I believe that it's not just through the dying process that we meet the other, 100% spiritual beings and become 100% spiritual being ourselves. It is also the very fact that we are the most spiritual being in our own universe. So how scientists say that, nobody really perceives anything the way everybody else perceives it. All things that we see through our eyes is something that we're not really scientists, but more philosophists. The things that I see through my eyes are much different than the things that you would see through your own eyes and the things that you would interpret. And the reason why that is because in the same physical space you have so many different spiritual beings, and through different dimensional processes those spiritual beings can interact with one another, but you being in your universe talking to me is more you talking to me than me being there. The only person that is actually, I mean, obviously I'd be there, but a piece of me would be there. Because if we were all in the same dimensional space, the same universal space as one another, then the mind over matter theory wouldn't really work, in my opinion, because of the fact that, again, like, our universal energies would conflict. We'd be fighting for different things, because in order for one thing to happen, another thing needs to happen. Cause and effect type shit. So, pardon my language. That kind of stuff, takes place in, like, all dimensions, all universes, and you have to have, to every action there's an immediate reaction. Not an immediate, but an equal reaction. And, so we wouldn't really be able to control our realities if there were more than just ourselves in our own universe. If there were people that were of higher concentrated spiritual energy in our own universe, then in a way it would be their universe. And that's why we're all separated and split up through multiple different universes, because of the fact that, you can still interact with me. I can still interact with, like, these guys, Rexus and Koga. It doesn't just go to humans, it goes to beyond that, to animals and to trees and shit. Anything with a universal vibrational energy about it, things that live and die as we do. They all have their own universe. It's just that we are conscious enough to be able to manipulate that through our mind over matter process and the belief and faith that we have the strength and vibrational energy to create that which we desire. And not only create it, but bring it to us. So, just wanted to add that because I forgot to mention it come the end of the, previous little section there. Yeah, so, you are the god of your own universe. You're the god of your own world, and everything you think and want to do, you can do. You just have to believe it. Put your mind to it, because your mind is over your matter. And I mean your matter, because it is your universe. Again, to each their own, and that means to each their own life, to each their own universe, to each their own gods, to each their own opinion. Believe it or not, that is what I believe. I pray that your stars align. Take care.